Hello, my name is Dr. Laura Lai, and I am a psychiatrist at Children's Hospital of Orange County, and I work mainly with the intensive outpatient program. Today, we're going to do a little bit of mindfulness practice. Like we learned in the introduction video, it takes a lot of practice to do. Again, mindfulness is the act of being in the single present moment. It can take a lot of practice to stay in the moment and not get distracted. So let's practice some more. We're going to do a couple of different mindfulness activities today. The first one is mindfulness to breath. So you're going to put your feet flat on the floor, or if you're sitting down, you can stretch your legs out in front of you or plant them on the floor, just in a position that you're comfortable. Put your hands relaxed on the table or in your lap. If you want to have your palms open, sometimes that's a little bit more of a relaxed pose. You can keep your eyes open or closed. If you want, you can look downward so you're not distracted by the things that are in the room if you feel uncomfortable closing your eyes completely. Now we're going to breathe. First, we're going to take 5 breaths. And for the first 3 breaths, you're going to breathe as you are naturally breathing. When you're doing that, remember, if you're thinking distracting thoughts like, why am I doing this right now? Remember that this is going to help and that it takes practice. And focus back on what your breaths are like. Now on the last 2 breaths, let's slow it down a little bit. Do 3 seconds to breathe in and 3 seconds to breathe out. There are different breathing techniques that you can do, but I like to do that one because it's easy to remember, 3 and 3. We do 3 seconds to breathe in and 3 seconds to breathe out. That felt good. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in, breathe out. You may notice the first breaths you took may be very different from the last 2, and that's okay. You might feel like you were breathing quickly at first, and that might tell you that you need to take some slower breaths to relax more, or you might find that you're already relaxed. This is a great practice because you can also literally do it anywhere. You're breathing all the time, and it's easy to remember, and it can help you relax. The next one we're going to do is called mindfulness to self. First, you're going to stand straight up and pick up your leg to start walking. Walk in place for a couple of steps. Notice the way your body is moving. A lot of times we don't notice how our body is moving because we're thinking about something else at the same time. But what's the position of your foot versus your thigh versus your calf or your knee? How does your foot land and lift? Does it land first on your toe or on your heel? Does it lift first from your toes or from your heels? Can you feel your individual leg muscles moving when you walk? If you get distracted by something else around you, it's okay. Just bring your attention back to your walking. Did a memory pop in your head about your body as you were moving? Or did you notice your socks, your clothes moving as you walked? If you pay close attention, you may notice things you usually ignore, like how your body moves, how your clothes feel, or other sensations. This is a really good activity for physical grounding. When you're feeling disconnected from your body, for example, when you're stressed or anxious, it means you're not feeling grounded in your body. This practice can help you reconnect with your body instead of worrying about things outside yourself. If you're doing this and still feel a little anxious or overwhelmed, maybe this is when you go back to mindfulness to breath. Then try mindfulness to self again. For those of us who are fidgety or find it hard to sit still, the next one is helpful. It's called active mindfulness. This is also one you can do in class, at school, pretty much anywhere you are. Pick a word that the teacher or other students or people around you use often, and notice how often you hear them say it. This is a great activity because it helps you concentrate if you feel fidgety or distracted. Let's try it together. I'm going to tell you a quick story. Every time you hear the word right, raise your right hand. And every time you hear the word left, raise your left hand. Okay, here we go. The Wright family was moving away and Aunt Linda Wright was getting left behind. She was right mad about that. She said she was following Grandpa Wright, who left the family a few years ago to work in the Wright Brothers Museum. Mama Wright said no one ever left the family simply because that wouldn't be right. Now, think about how you felt. Did you get your left and right confused? Did you feel more focused on the words? Think about how your focus shifted when you listened closely for the words. So, now we've looked at a few different kinds of mindfulness. We recommend practicing each of them to see which helps you the most. Try setting an alarm or a reminder on your phone and do a little bit every day, anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, which is pretty short. Remember, you've got this. Now go out there and practice.